My name is Sarah, and I'm an empathic psychic. For as long as I can remember, I've felt emotions stronger than those around me. When someone else was sad, I was sad too. The older I got, the stronger this feeling became. I could even almost see people's energies, and that would change mine. I always believed in ghosts and wanted to know more about them. So when I was 16, I went to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania with my dad and met Peter. Peter was part of a paranormal investigation team called G.P.A, and he took us ghost hunting. We used things like ghost meters, EMF detectors, spirit boxes, and a lot of other equipment. Peter said I was like a lightning rod for activity. After that, I went back to Gettysburg every year to go on investigations. On what was only my second ghost hunt, I saw my first apparition. She was around the same age as me, had the same first name, but she had taken her own life during the war. The more I went ghost hunting, the more I started to see and feel things. I couldn't understand why this was happening to me. My sister Vicky and I decided to buy our own equipment, and I started to use it around places like Norwich State Hospital. Every time I went there, I experienced something paranormal. In September of 2017, I went back to Gettysburg with my sister, best friend, dad, and Peter. I was seeing and feeling energy so strong it almost made me sick, and I even seemed to know things about the people who had died there. I saw a vision of a woman and described her to Peter. Turns out I was describing the woman who was murdered there. A few months later, I joined a new paranormal investigation team, and they had a psychic. She told me I have an ability. Empathic psychic, she called it. This meant that I could feel emotions and feelings of those around me just by being next to them, and I could even receive information about them through thoughts. This can happen with the living or the deceased. When I look at certain people, I get thoughts that I don't seem to be putting in my own head. I had never really thought much of this until the psychic said something. So I began testing this by asking people if what I was thinking was correct. Most of the time it was. I met a stranger at a bar and knew about her friend who had passed away. I knew his name, what he looked like, and how he died. I met two women at the casino and could see their auras and knew about their loved ones. I even met a girl my age and knew her grandmother's name and how she had passed away. This was all so new to me, and I didn't know how to use it or control it. But the psychic told me the more I practice, the more I'll develop my ability. Sure enough, the more I did, the more thoughts started popping into my head. I also started to experience strange coincidences that I couldn't explain. One day, I was driving with my best friend when I randomly started to tell her about African violets and how they were my mom's favorite houseplant. Not even 30 seconds down the road, we drive by a plaza that had a tiny sign saying African violets. 3 days later at work, I was telling my coworker about this coincidence, and she told me that the lipstick she was wearing was actually called African violets. That weekend, I went to Boston and got stuck with no way home but to take the train. I panicked and cried for a minute, and then decided to call my friend, who I referred to as Mom. She told me she'd pick me up from the train station. After I hung up, I found a fortune cookie that was left from dinner the night before. The fortune said, "If you seek good advice, consult your mother." I can't even eat fortune cookies. I continue to go on investigations, and every time I seem to have connections to those involved. I'm still not completely sure what to think of all of this, but it grows stronger almost daily, and I hope I can use this ability to help others. What do you guys think? Do you believe in psychic abilities? If you want to see more videos and updates on my journey with this, then please let me know. I'd love to share it with you guys. Hey guys, so this video was not easy for me to make. I've been going through a lot in the past couple of months, and I definitely want to make a video on kind of like a life update, but this was the one that I really wanted to share with you guys because it's kind of been one of the coolest experiences, but also one of the craziest. And to be honest, I was super nervous to make and post this video and share with you guys because I don't think a lot of you will understand or even maybe believe in it. It's funny because I've always believed in psychic abilities to an extent, but I was always still skeptical about them, and I certainly didn't think I had one. I mean, I've always known, like, growing up that I've been a little different, but I never really thought about it being an ability. So when she told me all of this and told me to practice it, I kind of laughed and it was just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll go read people's minds. But the more things start to happen and the more I was saying things that were completely true, things that I would never know, like things I couldn't know. It really freaked me out for a while. The first couple experiences I had talking to people who I had never met before and, you know, just telling them things about their loved ones, telling them things about themselves. It was really scary because, one, I had no idea where these thoughts were coming from, why I was getting them, but two, I still didn't completely believe in psychic abilities. And I guess I don't really like the word psychic. But what I do know is that everything I just talked about is completely real. I know that I have been in these situations and blown myself away. I have had real connections with real people that I just can't make up. The coincidences are crazy too. I mean, I have these almost every day, and it's not just like a regular old coincidence. Like, this is like every day something happens to me that I just really can't explain, and it blows my mind. I'll think of things, and then 2 seconds later, you know, that thing will come up so randomly. You know, I meet people and I know their names. Or I know that they have sisters, or just the weirdest thing. And sometimes when I look at people lately, I don't even feel like myself. I feel like that person. And it could be someone I'm just walking by. I really don't want people thinking that I'm posting this video for attention, or that I'm trying to, you know, look cool or something, or that I'm claiming I'm a psychic. I'm just telling you guys what I've been experiencing my whole life, really, and then even more so in the past few months. This went from being something I thought was completely normal, just feelings I've had, thoughts I've had, you know, emotions I've had, to being something that's getting stronger every day, and something that is helping other people in ways that I, you know, wasn't intending, and in certain ways helping myself. I don't really expect everyone to hear this and just believe it and be like, oh yeah, cool. But I hope that you guys do understand that this is something real for me, and I do want to share it because it really affects me now on a daily basis, and I just want to share it with you guys. This is my life, and this is what I've been experiencing in the past couple of months, and it's not taking over my life, but it is now such a big part of it. And I don't think I should hold that back just because some people don't believe in it. I have told some of my friends about this, and I've also had some of my friends in the room or in a situation where I have read people. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is that this isn't something that I can do with just anybody, at least yet. This has happened a handful of times, but with complete strangers and people I wasn't expecting to have a connection with. So a lot of my friends now will be like, oh, can you read me? Or, oh, tell me something about me. Or, oh, what's my aura? And it just doesn't work like that. I have been able to look at friends and tell them things about themselves or things I didn't know. And I can genuinely see people's energy. But this is something I don't really have control over, at least yet. And who knows, maybe down the road I will be able to just look at anyone and have those thoughts. But for right now, I can't really explain how and why it happens and with certain people. Anyways, thank you guys for letting me share this, and I'm so sorry that I've been missing from YouTube for a couple of months. I have been going through a lot of life changes and a lot of stuff. Expect to see a few updates on this probably in the next few months, and I will be back to posting regular videos about once a week. And I think that's where I'm going to end this. If you guys like this video, if you like this type of thing on my channel, then please give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Sarah Bentley with 2 eyes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.